Okay, Theo rolled his ankle. We'll see what it is. We just didn't want to push it by putting him back in the game. I sent after him to come out there and sit on the bench, thinking everybody cheer like crazy for him. I'm not a very good director because that was the same time that Justin made the big three, and then I put all the walk-ons in, so nobody even realized that Theo had come back to the bench. But it's good for us. And in fact, a huge part of the game early on was Theo and Nate. I think they made 2 baskets apiece early and got us back in the game a little bit. But rebounding again was big for us. Still disappointed in our defense because of their field goal percentage, but we get 43 rebounds, they get 22, we get 73 shots to their 51. That always helps. And Buzz, I really like his team. I really like what he does with his team. It makes it difficult for our 4-man as a post player to go out there and chase that guy around, but at the same time, it helps us to have those guys in there for rebounding purposes. Shoot 47% from 3. I think that always helps us. We had 25 assists, so we did a lot of good things. We just got to get better at making somebody miss instead of hoping and praying they miss. Let me do that on the bench, but the defensive players, I want them to make them miss.
What is it that they're not doing defensively?
Not getting up in the guy's face. I mean, if a guy scores on me, I just, I couldn't play worth a darn, but I was competitive. And if anything, I'm not going to let a guy score on me and went back and say, oh, gosh, that's a good shot. I don't ever congratulate anybody. Just play defense. A couple of times we had it, the third guy got involved in the screen on the ball, and it wasn't supposed to, and then all of a sudden his guy's open out there. But the other thing is they're a good basketball team. Some teams are going to make shots, but we do have to do a better job defensively.
The 33s tonight, is that just a product of the defense they're playing?
Yeah.
The shots they're giving you?
If we hadn't been making some of them, I would have been going crazy because we needed to get more touches for our inside guys. Kennedy got 7 field goals out of 13 attempts, but Isaiah needed to get more, need to move better inside. Because I asked him at the end of maybe it's the first TV timeout, I said, we're shooting all these threes. That's the reason they're playing zone. Why do you want to do what their coach wants you to do? I want you to do what I want to do. But Kennedy and Isaiah, I took them out. I think they were the first 2 substitutes because they weren't moving the right way inside.
I think the assists are a season high. What do you like about your team as a passing team, and what do they do well in sharing the ball?
Well, I think we are unselfish. The thing I really liked more than anything is the only 7 turnovers. And one of them was Nate silly dribbling on the baseline and Kenny dribbling the ball out of bounds coming down the court. So 7th had a walk-in call across from their bench. So to me, that was 3 unforced turnovers. So I like that part even better than the assist. But I think my team is very unselfish. I think they look to pass. They're not coming off a screen all the time thinking shot. They come off the screen trying to see other people, and I think that's good.
What's more critical from going from good to great? Rebounding at the same rate that you guys are, especially offensively, or shooting the way that you did tonight from outside?
I think to go from good to great, our defensive field goal percentage has got to improve. I think the other things are going to keep you in the game, but if you really want to be great, you got to guard people better. I've said this, and Steve, I haven't had a chance to study him, but he put it in the notes. But I think last year we led the league in defensive field goal percentage in conference games, and we also won the league. I think both of those go hand in hand.
Obviously you have size, but anything else that enabled you to be so effective on the boards tonight?
Well, we emphasized it. I mean, I got mad at Kenny, and then Kenny just ran in there, and the ball came right to him. All right, so those kind of good things happen, but we do try to good offense is running the break first and trying to get the highest percent shot you can get, but against a set defense, you want to take a shot that everybody on your team wants you to take with the board covered. That's the definition of a good shot, is taking a shot that everybody wants you to take and have the board covered, and we try to do that all the time. But Kennedy, again, tonight, played patty cake with it a little bit, too.
Is there any concern with Theo with his
I'm sorry.
Is there any concern with Theo with being his right foot?
Well, there's always concern, but, it's something that we just wait and see.
X-ray?
Pardon?
Is an X-ray?
I'm not a doctor, so I don't make those plans. I have not had a doctor yet again tell me to play man or zone, so I don't tell them what to do. We'll find out what happens tomorrow. If they did try to tell me to play man or zone, I'd tell them to go fly a kite. So I expect I'd get the same answer from them. Yes?
Why do you think your team was able to shoot so well tonight?
We practice. I mean, we've got some pretty good shooters. We practice shooting a lot, but most of the shots, with the exception of Justin's, the shot clock was winding down. Most of them are shots that we work on every day in practice. And we have, guys who understand who the shooters are. Kennedy so far hadn't taken a 3. And Isaiah hasn't taken the three, but Justin and Joel, they made 5 and 5, and they're our 2 highest percentage shooters.
Anybody else?
Easy night tonight. Thanks,
Andrew
guys.
mentioned that the 25 assists are the most we've had in an ACC game. Second most, we had 26 against Chattanooga, second game of the year.